Hello, hello, Fit Familia. Happy Monday. You know what Monday means? Monday means cooking with Dorothy time. And tonight we are making some hummus. I'm super excited. I love hummus. Let me know if you're a hummus lover yourself. I can put hummus just about on anything. Most often, hummus and veggies. That's kind of my jam, my thing, my go-to snack. So most often, that's what I use hummus for. It's pretty much in my lunch every day, hummus. Let me know in the comments if you like hummus and what you like to put it on. Also, you can put hummus on crackers as well. We use it on sandwiches, eggs, like as well. Put that on eggs. Oh, hummus is just so delicious. I have a slight hummus obsession. The reason why we always suggest making your own hummus, I'm just going to pull up the live here so that I can get to some comments and I can see who's in here. But one of the reasons we always suggest that you make your own hummus is because then you get to be in control of what ingredients are in the product or in the food that you're consuming. So a lot of times hummus has preservatives, and a lot of times the oil that they use isn't always the best oil. It's like a cheap, low quality oil, which can be toxic for our body. So you take something that is in a healthy food category, but because of the added ingredients, it's not so healthy anymore. So you can simply make your own, and then you get to decide what's in there. You get to decide the ingredients in there. So let's see who's in here. Hilda's in here. Lorraine's in here. Lorraine says she loves hummus. Melody's in here. And Susan's in here. Susan says, I love it too. Haven't had much luck making it. Really, Susan? So you've tried it, and what happened when you make it? How come you didn't feel like it turned out so good? That's how I'm assuming you meant by you didn't have much luck making your own. This recipe we're making tonight is quite simple, quite super easy, quite simple. But you do need a high-powered blender or a food processor to make hummus on your own. Drew's gonna try. Because our beach blender, I don't know what you say, burnt out. It wasn't a high quality blender. It was just kind of a cheap one, economical one. And it burnt out. So Drew's going to try mashing his chickpeas with a fork. Not too sure how that's going to go, but we'll see how it goes. I love him for trying. Denise is in here. Hey, Denise. So, where was I going with that? I don't remember. High-powered blender or food processor to make it smooth. Super easy to make. And what I like also about hummus is that you can really flavor it however you want. Garlic. You can put lots of garlic in it. You could, for garlic hummus, I've even roasted garlic to put in. That's really nice too. Red peppers. My favorite is like an olive tapenade hummus. Oh my gosh, so good. But I love olives. Love olives. What is your favorite hummus? Let me know in the comments below. So, I've already put the water in there. I didn't put much water. It's about a quarter of a cup is what the recipe said. But just be prepared. You might have to add a little more. Then I like to put my lemon next. I got that already. And these are the chickpeas that are drained and ready to go. The recipe calls for 2 garlic, but I really like garlic, so I'm going to put 3 cloves of garlic. And then tahini. So tahini is basically sesame seed butter. That's what it is. So we got tahini here. And what else? Salt, pepper, cumin. That's about it. The recipe did say cayenne pepper. I just don't have any at the moment. But if you wanted a little bit spicy, you could add some cayenne in there as well. And then you're ready to rock and roll. So super simple ingredients that you can find pretty much anywhere. Susan said, I tried my magic bullet and it didn't work very well. Oh, didn't make it smooth enough probably, hey? Yeah, so you kind of need something more high-powered probably, Susan. I know my friend, she makes hers in her food processor and it comes out quite smoothly. So that is one thing that's needed to make a nice, smooth hummus. Is a high-powered blender or a food processor, unfortunately. I'd like to see what Drew's, how Drew's gonna make out mashing his, mashing his chickpeas. It's gonna be kind of funny. Can't wait till he shows a picture of that one. Hill says her favorite is the Kalamata olive hummus. Yeah, that's the one. That's my favorite one too. I think it's called like olive tapenade or something like that hummus. It's so good. So good. I'll often add like the juice. Like if you get the real Greek olives, for example, happen to have a little connection. Drew and I happen to have a little connection to getting the real Greek olives. And I just put the like olive juice in to the blender with some chunks of olive. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So good. And Anna says, I love Kalamata olives. That would be great in hummus. It's my favorite. My favorite, my favorite. My favorite. My favorite. Gotta splurge though. And you gotta get like the real Greek olives. They are so delicious. So, so delicious. But you gotta splurge. Linda says, hello. Hey Linda, who's making the hummus along with me? I always like to know who is whipping that up with us. So let's get to it. Water's in here already, 1/4 cup into the blender. I'm gonna move it over a little bit so you can see a bit better. And then I'm gonna add my lemon. I'm gonna add a full lemon. So this is my lemon press. I have to go on my tiptoes, it's a little high. And so I'm just gonna push my cleaver down. Squeeze the lemon. Oh, it's flying all over the place. So I love my lemon press. And then you don't get the seeds in there either. I'm gonna put a full lemon in mine. Squeeze that. Whoa, I see the juice flying. It's kind of fun. Good thing I wear glasses. Don't get in my face. What is with this wind today, you guys? Holy! I was up at like 2 and couldn't get back to sleep because the wind was so crazy. And Drew was like, why are you so tired today? I was like, because the wind kept me up all night. And there was things like flying around. I was like, oh, there goes my shovel. Oh, pretty sure that was my recycling bin. Just stuff flying everywhere. So funny. Oh, Drew's here. Drew says, I just got back from raiding the discount rack at the grocery store. Not surprised, Drew. Sherry's in here. Hello, Sherry. And it says, my 2-year-old grandson is also an olive fan. That's what she always asks for. Oh, sorry, I think I said grandson. Sorry. Granddaughter. She always asks for a treat. And yes, they are expensive. Yeah, you gotta. Can't buy cheap olives, you guys. It just ruins the olive experience. Or if you're not really a big olive fan, because I don't know why people don't like olives. They're delicious. But seriously, if you're not a big olive fan, it could be because you haven't tried what Drew and I call real olives. Because the Canadian olives, the ones that that are normally like stocked at the grocery store just aren't the same. So splurge a little and see if that makes a difference. Maybe it won't, but they're so much more delicious. What'd you get, Drew, at the grocery store? Sherry says, how's everyone doing? And then thanks for all the tags, Drew. That's awesome. I think you got everybody tagged up, so thank you. Susan says she's watching with her daughter. Awesome. Hello, Susan's daughter. So we got our water and our lemon juice. I just squeezed one lemon in there. Mine wasn't very big. And then I'm going to get my garlic going next. I have a garlic press that I'm going to use right in front of me. I did not see it. So I'm going to just move this over a little bit. I'm going to, you could, if you don't have a garlic press, just chop it up really finely. That'll work too. I'm just going to grab my knife, you guys, so I can scrape that off of there. So I'm just going to scrape that. And I always put the, you know, the stuff that gets stuck in there, stuck in your garlic press. I always just throw that in there too. The skin. I think it's the skin. So I'm putting 3 cloves in. If you are, you could put more or less, depending how much garlic you like. We are big garlic fans, Drew and I. Oh, I just like it. You know what this reminds me of? The garlic press reminds me of my brothers and I. We had this, it was like Play-Doh hairdresser. And so you had this like little figurine that was hollow. And then you would stick like a ball of Play-Doh up into it. And then had this press to push it. And it would like, the little figurine would grow hair. So when the garlic squishes out of the garlic press, that's what it reminds me of. Play-Doh with my brothers when we were kids. There we go, that's 3 cloves of garlic in there. Drew says, I'm watching with Bear. Is she gonna help you, Drew? Drew, you have to let us know how it's going, smushing the chickpeas with your fork. I feel bad for you, kind of. Cindy says, love homemade hummus. It really is the best. And Sherry says that she's doing good. How are you enjoying the warmth, Drew? Oh, we had a windstorm here and it's cold. Yeah, the kids didn't go outside for recess today. It was a little bit brutal. Long day. But I get it. It's a little cold for them. And then tahini time. So I'm going to put, I'm not going to measure because 2 tablespoons, but I'm just going to pour it. Remember, a bloop is more of a, you know, that was super lazy of me. I didn't want to measure it because I don't want to wash my tablespoon. Not that I don't want to wash it, but you know how it like gets stuck in there? Gets stuck in the tablespoon? I'm going to put a little more. That just looks like about 1 tablespoon. So put a little bit more. So if you are into measuring, 2 tablespoons. As you know, I'm not so much into measuring. I like to freestyle. And then you can add the cumin, half a teaspoon of cumin. I already pre-measured mine. And then salt and pepper. So I'm just going to put a little shake of salt. Grounded up salt. And then pepper. So fresh ground pepper is always best. That's my favorite. But you know what I've been doing recently with my hummus? And it's delicious. Is I've been adding a drop of black pepper essential oil. Oh, and it's so delicious, you guys. It's just 1 drop is, maybe I want 2. Very peppery, spicy. But I love that in there as well. Sherry says, bless you, Dorothy, on indoor recess days. It's so hard. I feel so bad for the kids on those days. Like, it's hard on the teachers, yes, but I always think of the kids, like, it's just not ideal situation for them. Drew says, Dorothy, not measuring is dangerous. I like to live on the edge. And Drew says, yes, I am enjoying the sunshine, soaking it up. 4 hummus can be done. I can't wait to see it, Drew. You might have to join us here and show us your 4 hummus. So that is all of the, I suppose, wet ingredients. I'm just gonna give that a little pulse around. 1 pulse. 2 pulse. And then, because it does take kind of work your hummus. It does take a little bit of work to get it smooth. So I usually just add, I'm just gonna use my hands, they are clean. I usually just add about half the chickpeas to begin with. And then I'll pulse this a couple of times. What did Linda say? We had 20 centimeters of snow. The avalanche bombing shook the house. Whoa, that is crazy. Drew says, oh my gosh, crazy. It is crazy. Then I'm just gonna slowly add my chickpeas. And then each time you add more chickpeas, just give it a little scrape down the side. And if it seems to be getting a little bit too pasty, like not enough liquid in there, just add a little bit more water, maybe a tablespoon of water. Mine looks okay right now. I like the smell of it, I don't know why. And then a couple more. That was like more than a couple. Then just, it's like a little process. And just add some more chickpeas. Then give it a little scrape down. Gotta work for it a little bit, but it's so worth it. So worth it. And then a couple more pulses. It's just step by step. Actually, I don't think I have to add more water. I just have a few chickpeas left here, so I'm gonna add the rest of the chickpeas. This was 1 can of chickpeas, by the way. I bought a can of chickpeas. I didn't soak my chickpeas, but when you do buy the cans of chickpeas, just make sure you read the ingredients. Again, you want to make sure that it's in just water. Sometimes they add a little bit of salt, and that's fine. But then sometimes there's these funny ingredients in it, and it's like, what? Why is that in there? And then, you know what, guys? I don't think I have to add more water. It still feels pretty sticky. If it looks like a little dry, then just add a tablespoon or 2 of water. Just add little bits, because if you add too much, then you're gonna have soupy hummus, and that's not good. All right, we're good to go. Good to rock and roll now. Yeah, I just find that when you blend everything up first, like all of the wet ingredients first, and then slowly add the chickpeas, it just blends the flavors together a lot nicer. I used to like throw the whole can of chickpeas in, and then I would add all the other ingredients on top, but it just didn't, the flavors and the other ingredients just didn't get through the hummus very well. And then I used to have some, I used to have some chunkies. But then when I started more so layering it, like I showed you, like do all of the wet ingredients first and the spices first, then that's good and blended. Then slowly adding the chickpeas, I just find the flavor pops a whole lot more that way than when I used to do the chickpeas first. Just what I've learned, like I've been doing this for years, you guys, so I've learned all kinds of different kind of little tricks like that just to improve your experience. And then you can see the awesome yumminess in there. I should put it in a bowl for you so you can see how creamy it is. Drew said, are you... Whoa, I missed some comments here. I gotta scroll back up. Drew says, are you supposed to dance while you're blending? Nobody wants to see me dance. I have done that in the past, though. Cindy, I keep losing your comment, says she chops the chickpeas first, then adds the ingredients. Does it blend well, Cindy, when you do that? Like, does it get... I just always found that when I did my chickpeas first, it didn't blend as well. But maybe you have a trick that I don't know, Cindy. And Drew says, are you using a fork too, Cindy? Susan says, I think when I made it, it got too thick and wasn't smooth enough. It's good to watch. I think I'm willing to try again. That's awesome. Yeah, if you're finding it's a little too thick and your blade isn't spinning enough on your blender, then just add a little bit of water and make sure that you give it a good stir and kind of layer those steps. Oh, I have a bowl here. Maybe I'll scoop it out so you can see it. I don't know what Drew's talking about. Sorry, Drew. He doesn't know. Like, see? Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. So you can, you know, I've brought hummus, like, as appetizer before. Because Drew and I always like to bring, like, if we go, I mean, hasn't been much parties going on lately or gatherings in this year. But, like, if we were going to, like, a Christmas party or a birthday party or, you know, a neighborly or friends get-together, summer bash, whatever, barbecues, whatever it might be, then Drew and I always like to bring our own, like, one of our own dishes. Not just to contribute, of course, but also then we know that there is something that is a healthier option for us to have. So hummus I usually bring, or bruschetta, or guacamole, usually one of those three as an appetizer. And honestly, it's always devoured. And there's lots of, like, other things. Like, we went to a barbecue before. Well, I don't know now when it was. It was a friend's birthday party, but anyway, a while ago, like pre-COVID. But there was all kinds of things. Like, there was chips, and there was all these different dips, like the creamy dill dips, and all of the appetizers. But my hummus was, like, gone. Like, Drew was sad because he didn't, like, get there and get some. And I was like, it's okay, Drew. I'll make you some more hummus when we get home. You can have the whole hummus to yourself. But he's, like, so sad because it was, like, devoured. And I was like, it's okay, Drew. I'll make you your very own hummus. But anyway, and even the bruschetta, like, when we bring bruschetta or guacamole, it's always, like, devoured too. So just a little tip or trick when you're going somewhere. Eventually, when we get to go places again, when you're going somewhere, you could bring one of these. Like, I don't know if I did guacamole with you. I think I did. Yes, I did. You could bring the guacamole, or you could bring the hummus with you. And sometimes you don't think people will eat it, but they will. I even had a friend, and he doesn't like cilantro, and I always put cilantro in my guacamole, and he, like, ate it up. And I was like, I thought you didn't like cilantro. He's like, but that's freaking good. So even if you think someone's not going to like it, maybe they'll try it and maybe they will. Who knows? Let's see. I'm just going back to comments, see if I missed anything. Cindy says, it does work, but it's pretty dry and thick, so I'll try to reverse it next time. Yeah, let me know how it goes, Cindy, when you reverse it. I found the same thing. When I did my chickpeas first, it was like a ball and kind of clumpy, but when I do my wet ingredients first and then slowly add the chickpeas, I just found that works much, much better. And it says, we only got a couple inches. Oh, I keep losing comments. We only got a couple inches, 10 centimeters, nasty wind though. Thankfully didn't have to go anywhere today, and the rest of the week sounds glorious. So funny how it changes so quickly. I woke up this morning and I was literally like, what is going on out there? What is happening? It's crazy. Drew says, I like it when no one eats the food we bring over so I can bring it home and eat it. Yeah, but people always eat it, Drew. No, don't bring these. Keep them for yourself. Sharing is caring, Drew. Cindy says, Drew, that was like your dish you brought to our potluck workout. All gone, and you didn't get any of your own dish. It was something like beef burger chips. Shauna says, people always seem to be surprised when healthy tastes good. I know, like they're expecting it not to be tasty, but then they taste it and they're like, oh my gosh, like so surprised. It's funny, isn't it? Because it does, and it can taste good for sure, for sure. Well, that's all I have for you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight, and as always, if you've made the hummus along with us, Drew, we want to see your mashed hummus with the fork, so make sure you post it. And if anybody else made the hummus along with us, then please post it, because I always like to see that people have made that. And then throughout the week, make sure, like if you didn't make it tonight, then try making it this week. You should make that as a commitment or a goal to yourself to try and make your own hummus if you have never done it, because it truly does taste a lot different. We've even had some people say, oh, we don't like hummus, because they've only ever had store-bought hummus, and then they've made their own or have had some homemade hummus, and then they're like, oh my gosh, this is really good. I like hummus now. So just make sure, you keep an open mind and you try new things, and you'll surprise yourself, I'm sure. Lorraine says, thanks, Dorothy. I'm going to make mine now. Yeah, post it, Lorraine. And then Drew says, that was awesome. Thanks, Dorothy. You're welcome, guys. I'm going to let you go get on with your Monday night. I didn't sleep a whole ton last night, so I am going to go have my detox bath right now. And then I'm going to go to bed super early because I couldn't keep my eyes open earlier. But I didn't sleep very well last night. All of that blowing around. I felt like the Wizard of Oz. Felt like the house began to twitch. Unhitch. I thought we were going to blow away. Okay. Drew says, thanks everyone for tuning in. Don't forget about workout tomorrow morning. Yes. Tomorrow morning's at 6:30. So tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. Mountain Time. I heard from a few people that they tried the 100 to 10, so that's awesome, you guys. And then Denise and I were talking at school today, and I didn't realize that, Drew, you had scheduled them for the whole week. It's not... I didn't know we were doing like 100 to 10 the whole week. I thought we were just doing like 100 to 10 this week. But I guess you guys have some more 100 to 10s to come. Susan says, thanks, Dorothy. It was really windy in Lethbridge. I bet. Yeah. Sleep well. Thanks, Shauna. Melody said, that was me. The bought-in hummus often has too much garlic for me. Yeah, and that's what I like about making your own. It's like you get to decide how you want it to taste, right? Nobody's deciding for you. You get to decide the ingredients. You get to decide how you want it. I have to tell you a funny story if you want to hang out for a couple more minutes. So, this is funny. Because you can really make the hummus anything you want it. Like, this is just the basic recipe. Then you can add, like we talked about in the beginning, you could add like olives to it and make a olive hummus. You could add roasted red peppers to it, sun-dried tomato hummus. Like, it's really endless. Anyway, some of you may have known like Drew and I's good friend Rosina. And anyway, Rosina had a really free spirit. She was an artist, so just very go with the flow, very easy going personality. Anyway, we used to do art dates together. She was an artist. I am not. But she would so patiently teach me to art. And anyway, this one day she went up, we were arting, like she had a studio in her basement and we were arting, having an art day. And she went up and she's like, I'm just gonna go make a snack. So she went up and made hummus. She brings it back down and I taste it and I'm like, what the heck? I was like, what the heck you put in here, Rosie? And it tastes different. And she was like, oh, I didn't have any tahini, so I put peanut butter in it. So she put I wouldn't recommend that, peanut butter in the hummus. But I just always laugh at that because I always say, oh, like, you can make the recipe your own. Like, you can put whatever you want in it. And on that day, Rosina thought that she would put peanut butter in the hummus. We ate it. It was fine. But I don't think that it really matched very well. Wouldn't suggest it. But I mean, if you want to give it a whirl, go ahead. But that always makes me laugh. Oh, Drew says, what are you talking about? I asked you if we should do them instead of ciabatta once a week or all week. And you said all week. Don't take out the ciabatta. No. See, Drew, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said I still wanted there to be a ciabatta in the week. I thought Drew was just going to take out one workout, like recorded workout, and put 100 to 10. But he took out all of the workouts, all of the pre-recorded workouts, and gave you 100 to 10s. Didn't work out that way. Sorry, guys. Our communication was a little off there. So, for example, I thought maybe like Monday was going to be 100 to 10, and then Tuesday was going to be live, and then Wednesday was going to be ciabatta, and then Thursday would be our live, and then Friday would be recorded. That's how I kind of saw it going, but that's not what happened. Drew says, peanut butter hummus, what's the problem? Peanut butter, good. Chickpeas, good. Cindy says, Miss Rosina, thanks for sharing the memory. Yeah, we miss her. We miss her too. It's always a hard time. I mean, there's different seasons, right? You go through, but it's always a hard time in the springtime because Rosina was my running partner. So in the springtime, you always get like amped up to go running, right? So it's always a little bit tough to strap on those outside running shoes and get going. But because, yeah, she was my running partner, and I always really miss her extra hard at this when it becomes springtime, because that's when we would amp up our running game. Drew says that's a lie. Drew, that is exactly what happened with the workouts. Anna says always make double when taking to a potluck. One to go and one to stay home. Everything is getting dirty anyway. That's a really good suggestion, Anna. So I'll make one, Drew, and when we go to a potluck, and you make one, and then you can keep one at home and bring one. So true. Such a good idea. Why haven't we thought of that before? Alrighty. That's it, you guys. I think I got to all the comments. And if I missed something, please ask again in the group, and then I'll get to it, and I would love to see your hummus as well. Have a wonderful night, you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in and spending some time with me this evening. We will catch you tomorrow morning for our workout, 6:30 a.m. Mountain Time. Have a great evening, guys. Bye.